Welcome to Muffu Tales, where every story begins with a little magic.
Real wealth is not money, but skill and hard work. Once upon a time, far away, beyond the blue oceans, there was a beautiful island kingdom ruled by a wise but strict king named King Hamid. His kingdom was known for its wealth, fertile lands, and skilled people. Among his people lived a very rich nobleman, Lord Zafar, who owned great mansions, fine horses, and gold beyond measure. Zafar was proud, arrogant, and thought that money could buy everything: respect, comfort, and even people. On the other side of the island lived a poor basket maker, Rahim, who spent his days cutting reeds from a marshy field and weaving baskets by hand. His little hut was old and small, but his heart was full of peace and gratitude. Every weekend, Lord Zafar went hunting with his friends, but the only way to his hunting forest passed through Rahim's land, the reed field where Rahim worked every day. The ground there was uneven and muddy, and the sharp reeds sometimes scratched Zafar's fine leather boots. He hated walking through that patch, and one day shouted in anger,
"How dare this poor man's land trouble me? I must own it!"
The next morning he called Rahim and said arrogantly, "Old man, sell me your land. I'll pay you enough gold to live without work for a lifetime." Rahim bowed respectfully and replied softly, "My lord, forgive me, but this land is all I have. I make baskets from these reeds. Without them, I can't feed my children." Zafar's face turned red with pride. "How dare you refuse me? I can buy and sell 100 men like you." In rage, he ordered his servants to beat Rahim and burn the reed field to ashes. The poor man wept helplessly as the flames devoured his only source of livelihood. With torn clothes and tears in his eyes, Rahim went straight to the palace. He stood before King Hamid and cried, "Your Majesty, I am your humble subject. The rich lord has destroyed my field and beaten me unjustly." The king ordered Zafar to appear in court. When asked for an explanation, Zafar proudly said, "Yes, I punished him. He disobeyed me. I am a nobleman and he is a nobody. He should know his place." The king frowned deeply. "You have let your pride blind your heart," he said sternly. "Remember, Zafar, your ancestors were poor farmers. They earned wealth through this very palace you now insult. This humble man who works with his hands is worth more than your arrogance." The court murmured in agreement. Then the king gave a strange order.
Zafar and Rahim shall both be sent to the wild island of Daro,
where no one lives but savage tribes. You will live there for 7 days with nothing but your skills. When you return, I will judge who among you is truly rich. Everyone in the court was shocked, but no one dared to question the king. The next day, soldiers took Zafar and Rahim by ship and left them on a deserted island surrounded by roaring waves. They had no food, no clothes except what they wore, and no tools. As soon as the soldiers left, a group of wild men appeared from the forest. Tall, fierce, and painted with colors. They carried spears and shouted loudly in their strange language. Zafar trembled in fear. "They'll kill us!" he screamed. But Rahim stayed calm. He bowed to the wild men and smiled kindly. Then, using gestures, he showed them how he could weave. He took a few reeds from the nearby swamp and quickly made a hat and a basket. He placed the hat gently on the leader's head. The chief's eyes lit up. He had never seen anything so fine. The tribesmen clapped their hands. From that day, Rahim became their friend. The wild men brought him food, fruit, and fish. They admired his work and came daily to get baskets and hats. But poor Zafar, he had no skill, no trade, nothing to offer. He begged Rahim for food, but Rahim reminded him of his arrogance. "Do you see now, my lord, that gold means nothing where there is no one to buy it?" Zafar bowed his head in shame. One stormy night, thunder rolled and lightning flashed across the sky. The sea raged and the wind howled like a beast. The tribe thought the gods were angry. The chief came running to Rahim and begged for help. Rahim quickly gathered reeds and leaves and made strong mats to cover the huts. He also built a tall reed pole and tied a glowing stone at the top so the lightning wouldn't strike the huts. When the storm passed, the tribe danced in joy. They believed Rahim had saved them with his magic. From that night, they treated him like a wise man. Even Zafar was amazed. For the first time in his life, he truly respected Rahim. After 7 days, the king's royal ship returned. When the guards found the two men, Zafar looked thin, weak, and ashamed, while Rahim stood tall and calm, with the tribes waving goodbye to him. Back in the palace, the king asked, "So, Zafar, what did you learn?" Zafar bowed deeply and said, "Your Majesty, I learned that money cannot save a man without skill. I was helpless, while this poor craftsman became the savior of all. He shared his food with me, even after all I had done to him." The king smiled and said,
That is the true wealth, Asha, the wealth of skill.
"As you promised, half your property shall belong to Rahim. And remember, pride has no place in a heart that seeks wisdom." Zafar fell to his knees in tears and thanked Rahim for his mercy. From that day onward, he treated every worker with respect. Rahim became a royal craftsman, teaching young men his skill and the dignity of hard work.
Don't forget to subscribe, Mafu Tales, for more magical stories.